Hello and welcome to Weekend Crypto Update. We gotta talk about Tether. Seems like Tether might have a sweetheart deal with the feds. What do I mean? They're complying more and more with sanctions and monitoring. It seems like the feds, if you cooperate with us and give us your information, then we won't destroy you and we will make sure that you're allowed to succeed. It looks like Tether has taken the bait. So basically, they announced that its wallet freezing policy for OFAC sanctioned persons applies to the secondary market as well, not just Tether issuance, but exchanges. So stablecoin issue Tether has announced, this from Cointelegraph, another step toward cooperation with law enforcement and regulatory agencies by initiating a voluntary wallet freeze policy. So they even suggested it. The feds are like, you're not doing enough KYC AML, and evil people might be using your service. Tether's like, well, okay, we will preemptively freeze people's wallets that we think are evil, so you can go in and destroy them. And I think the OFAC really, really likes that. Tether has been offering on the secondary market controls to freeze activity connected to sanctioned persons on the United States Office of Foreign Assets Control. So people like Vladimir Putin and his cronies, also probably some people in Hamas and others, and any other suspected wallets. The policy will supplement existing policy protocols and is a proactive effort to work even more closely with global regulators and law enforcement agencies. So they're being buddy-buddy with law enforcement agencies, especially in the United States, to root out the bad actors. Obviously, this could be an invasion on privacy because they can say anyone is a bad actor. They don't have to tell you why you're a bad actor. They just have to declare you a bad actor. So, obviously, people are not going to be too happy about this, but it is the way it is. Tether wants to survive and thrive, and some of it has to do with basically cooperating with government officials. Not something that we want to hear, but just be aware that if you use Tether, you could be seeked out and destroyed. So Tether, on 9th of December, which is today, Tether, the largest company in the cryptocurrency industry, announced today its latest initiative aimed at safeguarding the cryptocurrency ecosystem. On December 1st, 2023, the company made the decision to initiate a new voluntary wallet freezing policy designed to combat activity connected with sanctions persons on the Office of Foreign Assets Control, specifically designated nationals list. This is directly from the Tether website. As a part of its continued dedication to fostering a secure and reliable environment and to help the feds destroy who they deem as evil people for users worldwide, Tether is taking these further proactive steps by implementing this policy to supplement existing security protocols. Tether will now offer on the secondary market the sanctions control it already enforces for wallets on its platform. This initiative is a proactive effort to work even more closely with global regulators and law enforcement agencies in safeguarding stablecoin usage. In adherence to this policy, Tether has taken additional precautionary measures, including freezing wallets previously added to the SDN list. The primary objective behind the approach is proactively prevent any potential misuse of Tether tokens and enhance security measures. So even though Tether will continue to be a stablecoin, you can kind of almost look at it as an extension of the OFAC and the feds. And if you want to evade money, evade taxes, launder money, or do anything that the Fed considers evil, you should not do it with Tether because they will catch you and annihilate you. I mean, you shouldn't do that stuff anyways. But for those of you that are looking at that, Tether's basically the way to use Tether is closed. Obviously, USDC is closed. You will just have to find another way to do your evil deeds. Binance has unveiled their DOJ oversight agreement. And it's very, very extensive. Remember, this lasts for 5 years. This was part of Binance's plea deal. And they have to grant all documents, records, and resources upon request. So basically, there's an exhaustive list of how Binance needs to comply with these new rules. Basically, new compliance commitments as consulting firms' wish list that will likely shut down the platform. So I'm not really sure if it's going to shut down or not. It is for 5 years. Binance is definitely in a bit of trouble, but they do have a new CEO. So it's an 11-page document. It includes cooperation to grant authorities access to documents, records, resources, at their request, including access to information related to its former employees, agents, intermediaries, consultants, representatives, distributors, licenses, contractors, suppliers, and joint venture partners. So the government wants all that information. So any former employee of Binance could actually be on the chopping block once the Fed gets this information. Several sections of the DOJ's criminal division will closely monitor the exchange's activities, including the section for money laundering and asset recovery, so you will not be able to do any of that stuff via Binance. I also think that, I don't know if the SEC's case is actually going to win against Binance, but probably not. But a lot of people were probably using Binance. Well, some people at least were using Binance for this specific operation, and we'll see how much business Binance loses via this. BNB token is still at $244, so it hasn't really been hurt all that much, but maybe it is bracing for a crash in the future. It would be very unwise for any of the Binance agents to actually sell their BNB right now because they would actually get caught. So there's at least some confidence in Binance. So Binance's settlement requires to offer years of instantaneous access, audit, examination, and inspection to the DOJ, FinCEN, and all types of financial regulators and law enforcement, exposing the company and its customers to a 24/7, 365-day-a-year financial colonoscopy. So this definitely might damage the exchange because, like, for people that were using Binance as a shady exchange, it will no longer be possible, and essentially, like, all records from the past will have to be given over as well. So they admitted to violating U.S. laws around money laundering and terror financing, agreed to pay $4.3 billion in fines on November 21st. Binance's recently unsealed court records are part of a new filing by the U.S. SEC incorporating DOJ's enforcement actions and settlements to strengthen the case against the exchange and Zhao. But they still really haven't proved that any of these things are securities, and the DOJ, in their case against CZ, specifically did not actually say they were selling unregistered securities. It had much more to do with fraud and money laundering. So I don't really know how much the SEC's case is going to be strengthened. The SEC pressed 13 charges against Binance on June 5th, accusing the exchange of unregistered offers and sales of BNB and Binance USD tokens. So that's a little bit of a different case, though. The simple earn and BNB vault products and its staking program. So they want Binance actually to register as a broker-dealer clearing agency. I still think a lot of the Binance SEC case definitely depends on how the Coinbase thing turns out. And the Coinbase thing isn't a very strong case for the SEC. The SEC is using the settlement to challenge Binance's latest motion to dismiss the case. So the SEC has several cases. And I do think the Coinbase case might actually be the first one. So we'll see how this turns out. Binance is in a lot of trouble. They have a new CEO, but that might hurt the business if they start complying with regulations, which they will do, because Binance has always been known to skirt around regulations. So a major investor has actually announced game releases on IMX, and this definitely could boost the price of IMX token. So basically, IMX token surges as VanEck says release of new blockchain-based video games like Illuvium next year could boost value. Investment manager VanEck says expects immutable IMX token to become a top 25 coin by market cap thanks to the unexpected release of a new big-budget video games like Illuvium. So they expect Illuvium-like games to actually release on IMX. This could seriously boost up IMX value. So the token rose by over 7% on Friday to 156 as of 2:33 p.m. Eastern, according to the block data. IMX is most likely to become a top 25 coin by market cap. So this is VanEck, one of their big investors, saying that they're going to be top 25, which would actually boost IMX price a lot. IMX right now obviously is not top 25. It is actually, no, like if you take away the stablecoins, it is top 25. But it could see its market cap boost significantly by this, especially if someone like VanEck is sponsoring the development of major games on IMX. So that's something to actually look forward to, and that's why I'm so very bullish on IMX as a gaming token. El Salvador has a Bitcoin basically to citizenship path. Now, I don't really know who actually wants to be a citizen of El Salvador, but you can do it. However, there's a catch. It's 10 times more expensive than other countries around it. The U.S. used to have a citizenship thing for like a $500,000 investment. I'm not really sure if they have it anymore, but it was very, very expensive, and obviously a limited amount of people could do it because you have to give the U.S., you have to invest $500,000 in the United States, and not many people have that in cash. I think they've shut it down, but don't think they were complaining about immigration that way, because obviously it's very expensive and you're only really getting rich people that way to come to the United States. Neighboring Caribbean countries to El Salvador, they have about a $100,000 price, and one EU country, I'm not really sure which one, has an $800,000 price. El Salvador wants you to pledge $1 million to become a citizen of El Salvador if you're a foreign national, but you don't give the country the money. You invest it in a Bitcoin project within the country. That is very, very expensive, more expensive than what it took to become a U.S. citizen. So I'm not really sure how many people are rushing to get El Salvador citizenship for the low, low price of just $1 million. You only have to put $999 down, but it's unrefundable. And they obviously want to raise money for El Salvador. It would raise $1 billion for El Salvador if all spots are filled, and it's a significant income source for countries with similar programs. So I think like some other countries are going to be selling citizenship spots for large amounts of money soon. Now, like I said, I have no idea why would you want to be a citizen of El Salvador for so much money, but we will see. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.